Let's see what we got here, guys. Are you ready to hear? I don't know who she is. It's funny, like, I've never really seen just a random person on a CBS News video. Like, this is a CBS News video, but it's like a TikTok lady or something. It's kind of weird. But anyway, I'll play
Texas officials are warning people to look out for dangerous man-eater parasites that lay eggs in the eyes, nose, and mouth. The parasite is called the New World screwworm, and this is what it looks like. Officials issued the advisory after it was recently found in a cow in southern Mexico. They're now asking people who spend time outdoors or who work with animals in southern Texas to be on the lookout for clinical signs of the pest and to immediately report potential cases.
Guys.
And that's because these tiny pests pose a huge problem. New World screwworm flies are attracted to the odor of wounds or natural openings on live, warm-blooded animals. And once they get there, just a single fly can lay up to 300 eggs at one time. And once those eggs hatch, the maggots burrow into the flesh of a living animal, causing serious, often deadly damage to the animal, according to the USDA. These infestations usually happen in animals such as livestock, wildlife, pets, occasionally birds, but in rare cases, officials say that they can happen in people. The USDA said that man-eater isn't an appropriate description for the pests, and that they used to be a major problem in the U.S. The screwworms were wiped out from our country in the 60s, but those efforts are still ongoing in the rest of the Americas, and cases have seemingly been moving north, which is why officials have been warning people in southern Texas to be on the lookout.
What's wrong with drilling deep and doing damage? I thought that was the foundation of a happy marriage.
Yeah, well, you know, apparently you can't be a man-eater, okay?
Wait a minute. Now, so I wonder what they did originally to get rid of these screwworms in the 60s. Why have they not applied these same tactics in the other Americas?
Well, you know, they're prepping us for another pandemic. So they're just throwing all types of stuff out there. You got the screwworms. You got the new COVID. Yeah, you got all types of stuff popping up right now. They're just trying to pick which one to hit us with, you know, which one we're going to respond to the biggest.
I don't think they're prepping us for another pandemic. I just think they're not giving everybody the keys to the kingdom. They're like, oh, that sounds real fucked up over there. We don't have this over here. You know what I mean? I think that's what's actually happening. They're just not sharing the way to fix it.
And that's my question is like Brick said, if they already got rid of this, why don't they just do that again and not even tell anybody about it and just be done with it?
Because the cure costs money. There's no money in curing shit. There's way more money into treating the symptoms.
Look, if you can't stop shit from burrowing into people and eating them up alive from the inside, that sounds like a problem. I don't know. Maybe I'm just overstepping a little bit, but it does sound like, you know, maybe we should just spray something, whatever that is, that did it in the 60s, and let's just move on. We got other stuff. Like,
you acting like this ain't population control.
But man eating, maggot laying, egg laying in the eyes, that sounds disgusting, honestly.
Yeah, well, in the late 90s, we had Ebola, and we ain't seen that shit for like decades, right?
It just popped back up, too. Ebola just came back on a plane about a week ago.
This is what I'm trying to tell you, boy. This is what I'm trying to tell you.
Hope you're ready. Hope you're ready. Because this thing is eating men. Now, when they say man eating, is that politically correct? I'm sorry. I mean,
look, I take offense. It should be person eating.
Yes. I'm just saying, is this politically correct to call something a man-eating parasite and not a person-eating parasite?
Right.
Why
I mean, no, it's a person eater.
Yeah, it's a person-eating parasite. It's not a man-eating parasite.
I miss being home, yo. Like, just the whole pandemic where we was just in the house, like DJing and all that shit. We need another
that was, you know, I ain't gonna lie. I enjoyed being in the house like that. I mean,
I didn't enjoy the children being in the house because the children lost a good solid year of education.
Let's say 2 years of education. Yeah.
You know what? I have a skewed reality of that because my wife is a fucking world-class educator. You know what I mean? So we didn't have that problem. I'm lucky. I'm very lucky. However, it was so crazy when the pandemic hit. I'd already been working from home for like 4 or 5 years. So I felt like bang. You know, people were like, oh, what are we going to do when we get home? I'm like, oh, what's the point of this?
Right.
This is what I do. You know what I mean? Like, it was crazy. But I get it. The pandemic's coming. I don't know what we're going to do, but everybody, stop fucking around with screwworms.
And I'm just going to say this. For anybody who may be offended because they've called it a man-eating parasite instead of a person-eating parasite, well, I'm sorry for you. Because I know somebody's woke and they're going to be like, oh, my God, they misgendered the parasite eating or whatever. I don't know. soft asses. Well, anyway, hold on. I'm about to get to our next story here. Just want y'all to know, look out for the screwworm, the New World screwworm, as it's been now called, as the
non-consensual drilling worm.
Allison said, "Bricks, you bugging."
Yes.
Yes.
The non-consensual worm, the diddy worm. Okay.
Diddy worm.
Yeah,
yes.
the diddy worm. So look out for the diddy worm in Texas, guys. It's out there and it's screwing and eating men.
Eating persons.
Persons. All right. I'm sorry. So I'm going to